Well, before we get to more details of that US presidential elections, it is earnings season. Tech Mahindra had come out with its results just a short while back. That's the management. Let's cut in live.
Open the press conference. Thank you, folks, for joining us for earning call. Let me start by looking at the global economy. The conditions are not quite salubrious at this point of time. US, which continues to be the only area of hope in terms of resurgence, itself is in a bit of a mess on account of the growing fiscal deficit, and Treasury borrowing have reached a point which are quite unprecedented even in their history. How this will pan out, we cannot state at the moment. A lot will depend on the results of the elections, but the problems are not going to go away just because there is a continuation of regime or a new regime coming in. Europe remains depressed. The Eurozone crisis apparently seems to have receded a bit, but the fundamentals are still pretty poor. Consequently, almost all over Europe, you are seeing the drop in GNP, drop in spending, and obviously this is going to cascade to the business we do. BRIC countries continue to grow at a fairly decent pace, which includes India. 6% doesn't look so bad now compared to what is happening all over the globe. But in terms of our base of business, that is relatively limited. So why am I not feeling that bad at this point of time? I think the reason is straightforward. On the heel of this adversity, there are a lot of opportunities which are available to companies like ours. And we have seen that over the last 1 year. Because of the economic crisis, people are choosing and seeking out more cost-effective options. And your company, our company, is in a position to provide those. We have seen that there has been a fair amount of new business which we have won. I don't think KPN would have been possible but for the fact of real pressure coming on that company to seek out cheaper options. That's true for all other businesses which we have acquired in the last 1 or 2 years. It additionally has given us opportunities in terms of making acquisitions at a relatively attractive price points. So net, despite what's happening globally, I am somewhat optimistic about where Tech Mahindra is going to go in the next few years. Now let me come to the issue of our results, for which all of us have assembled. Looking at the numbers, I think we have had a fair quarter with 6% constant currency growth. Revenue stood at 1,631 crores, up 22% year on year. This includes about 13.3 million from our acquisition of Hutch Global Services. Excluding acquisition, our non-BT business grew at 4.2% in constant currency terms. Our EBITDA margin for Q2 was 20.7%. EBITDA in absolute terms was 338 crores, up 65% year on year. And PAT, including share of associates, was around 296 crores, up 23% year-on-year. We have been able to demonstrate sustainable margins for the quarter despite the wage hike. This is due to various optimization programs that we have put into effect in the last couple of quarters. Our total headcount, including the company we acquired, has now climbed up to 50,749. Software professionals are around 25,000 and BPO around 25,000. So you would notice that now BPO, at least in terms of employees, is as much as that in IT, though obviously in revenues substantially smaller. As always, Tech Mahindra has secured a number of awards for quality and outstanding work, which I don't want to go into at this moment. We have had some wins, and we are looking forward to relatively stable growth as we go forward. As I said earlier, net, I'm quite optimistic about Tech Mahindra at this point of time.
Tech Mahindra top management about their results, the only guidance coming in, they will continue to look for new business as they have done so, and expecting relatively stable growth also going forward. Unfortunately, we've completely run out of time, so we're going to wrap up this edition of After the Bell Reporters Diary coming up next.